Hey, my name is Sarah on Instagram as Tiny Small Mini, and I'm here to share my first video ever. I have this traveler's notebook where I keep pretty much all of our family adventures recorded, so wanted to share a back to school spread with you guys. So since we're recording memories, I always start off with photos. So I'll take the few photos for, in this case, the ones from, of course, back to school, my kids. I just kind of rearranged them, this cute little note that Zazie got from her teacher right away. So after I find a layout, I kind of just go for it, start gluing down. I try not to spend too much time overthinking these. It's really just a way to record these memories so that my kids have them in the future and they can look back when they're, whatever, 18, 19, 30, 40, whatever, and they can go back and just see, what we did as a family together. Maybe one day I can do a flip through so you can get some ideas of just how to kind of record some of these memories and have them in your journal. So I did do 2 pages here just because I wanted 1 page for each child now that they're starting off their new school year. So just getting these down, trying not to get too close to that edge there so that the journal can still fold in nicely. I did realize that I had put this picture a little too low, so then I pulled it off real quickly before the glue drying, and then just got that cute little note from her teacher in right at the bottom. Quick note on the photos here while I'm gluing. On Procreate, I actually created a 4x6 template where I just take my photos and I just resize to bigger, smaller, and then I go ahead and shoot it over to a local photo place. I have a small printer here at home, but sometimes it's just faster to pay 43 cents and then go pick it up. So here we have one of my favorite pens. I just recently got these. These are, I believe, the Pentel Matte Hub, I think. I don't know. So these are great. They work on black paper, they work on cream paper, they work on photo paper, they work on any type of paper. Photo paper, you have to be a little bit careful. I did write on some photos in a previous journal spread, and then after, when I went back to open it up again, it had dried completely, but for some reason they still kind of, it like leaked onto the other side of the paper. So I didn't use them for photos anymore, but they're super vibrant, they're super jelly, and they slide and they are great. So I love to use them in my journal. So I went ahead and just super quickly, this is how I fill in my journal. I just put a quick title, right? So I use up maybe like 2 or 3 blocks of the grid. Go ahead and put that in, and we start off with that. From there, I knew I wanted to use a majority of the space to kind of fill in things from their summer. Not so much from the school year, right, because you're just starting, so I just kind of wanted to make this page to commemorate what their favorites were throughout the summer, so I can look back and say, oh, this is their favorites in 2025. By the way, this is my favorite pen ever. The body is from Field Notes, but I do have a Zebra Sarasa, I believe it's a 0.5 ink cartridge inside of it. So I asked my kids, just really quickly, what their favorite foods were over the summer, what their favorite song was over the summer, and then what else did I ask them? Oh, their favorite color, and then just their most favorite memories of the summer. So, we got the basic mac and cheese, we got the pasta. My daughter loves Alfredo pasta, so that was hers. My son, his favorite color was blue the whole summer, and all of a sudden when I asked him, it was golden. So put golden and blue on there, and his little sister, of course, follows with whatever he does, so she picked light blue, even though she loves everything pink and glittery. I started adding these lines, these colorful lines, under my writing a couple spreads back. I think it was like in the beginning of this year. I found that it just kind of gave the journal a pop of color, but then at the same time, I realized that since I started with photos, it helped me to just block out some spaces for writing, and then let me just do the entire layout the way that I wanted to do the layout before I put in any writing. So whereas before, and of course everybody does it differently, but some people, they like to journal first, and put their writing in, their thoughts, their memories, whatever is going on at the moment, put that in first. And then you kind of build your ephemera and photos and everything else around it. So I kind of do the opposite. I like to kind of block things out and then just kind of go at it this way. So here I was trying to write Elliot's first day of second grade. I was going to write that under each of their photos, but as I was writing, I think because I was recording and writing at the same time and I was trying to be fancy and a little too perfect, I totally messed up. So of was up instead. So I didn't know what to do. I was like, all right, well, let's rethink this. And I just moved on to this other little slide over here. I went ahead and just put TK under Zazie because that's what she's starting. I have realized that when there's like a big enough space and I'm just not really sure what to do with it, it's better to maybe pick like one word that pops at you. In this case, it was very easy because it's a back to school spread. So, you know, they're great, obviously stands out. If it's something else, if you're like swimming or at the beach, you can write beach really big or waves really big or something like that. So here, this is kind of me blocking out that area so that I can go back and write more so like a note for my kids. So it was a little, you know, like a personal note that they can go back and read in the journal. So just blocked that out and then went back and wrote what this little paper was. And that was actually from her teacher. So on the first day. So they gave them a little, like a smiley face keychain with that little note so that they can feel more comfortable. And she was so excited. She like walked right into the classroom. She was ready to go. So that was fun. So just needed to, I guess, wrap up this side, added a few little doodads. But then I needed to figure out what to do with that Elliot's first day up. So I was trying to figure that out. And so I stepped away for a little bit and I did find some blue construction paper. It was actually from a little notepad. So I went ahead and just grabbed this because I figured, okay, well, I'll just slap this on here and write over it. I feel like that's the easiest thing to do when you make a mistake. Just cover it. You know, who cares? It's a journal. It's your journal. You can do whatever you want with it. So what I do is if I make a mistake, I just put a photo over it or a piece of paper or, you know, whatever you got to do. So we'll just glue in here and a little bit of glue and it's like nothing ever happened. And before you know it, we have second grade in the books. No, just kidding. We just started. I meant like it's written in the book, in the journal. Like not like it's in the books, like it's finished. But anyways, while I was looking for blue construction paper, I also found these little dino stickers that I got from Daiso. They had these cute apples, so I figured apple, school, teacher, why not? So I just plugged those in. Then I went back, right? So I'm like, all right, everything's blocked out. The only thing that was kind of bothering me at this point was there is a small space right there on that left-hand side page under the summer memory and then that photo on the bottom. So I didn't really know what to do there yet. I was just kind of like, oh man, I don't know. So I just figured I'd fill in because everything was dry by now so I can go in. And so like I told you, all their favorites, the mac and cheeses and all of that stuff got filled in there. But while I was doing this, I was trying to figure out that bottom area. For the most part, you can get stickers, you can print out another picture, you can wait for something to come in from school, like a cute little craft or a piece of paper or something that you want to remember, because you can always go back and add. Just because you're filling out a journal spread at that moment doesn't mean that it has to be complete and done and you can never touch it again. So just keep in mind that if you ever have a blank space, you can always go back to it. I mean, this is your journal. This is your time, your hobby. Nobody's going to be grading you on it. There's no perfect way to do it. So just do it whichever way you want to do it. Here, I went back and I blocked out that area to write the note for Elliot, like a little personal note, just for school that he can remember and look back at. at this point, I was pretty much done. I was going to leave that empty space there and go back and see maybe if something came in. But then I did remember that I had these little pencil stickers that I picked up from Uli. Oh, and this is where I keep the little washy faces that I use over my kids' photos. I don't post my kids on my Instagram, my Tiny Small Mini Instagram, or here. Just my personal preference, no judgment on anybody who wants to share their kids because it's totally fine. It's just a decision that I had made that once they're old enough and they want to start sharing and we've come to that agreement, then they can go ahead and start sharing their faces. But for now, I just use these little stickers and I put them on their faces. And here's the pencil stickers that I went ahead and added onto here. I didn't like them with the apple after the fact, so I tried peeling it off, but guess what? It ripped the paper. So whatever, it's on there. And then I still had a little space left. So you know what? I just went back in and I added some more lines because in all actuality, I told Elliot to pick one memory from the summer and he just couldn't. He gave me like 3 or 4. So I figured, why leave it to one? Might as well just add some more lines in and then we can add in a few more memories. And that was pretty much it. I mean, I added the date because they did start on August 14th, which was last week sometime on Thursday, I believe. And yeah, it's been good. I had time to do this journal spread and record it and voice over it. And if you're watching this, I actually posted it on YouTube as my first ever post. So excuse all of my ums because, of course, this is my first time voicing over. I don't have a ton of time, so I'm just trying to get it out as quickly as possible. But I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you will come back and see more journal spreads, and hopefully in the future I can add more things, like some of my small gouache paintings and all of these other fun things that I enjoy and love to do on my spare time. So here it is. Thanks for watching. Ta-da! And goodbye. Slow motion hands. Bye.